Ethan Allen and Lincoln Hill, both of those schools for the community mean giving kids who are at high risk and giving kids who have not been able to be successful in school the opportunity to get back on track. These two facilities both give the opportunity for kids to get their reading back up to grade levels, so when they go back to school, they can become productive citizens, or even their math or any other academic area that they are very, very low in. We also provide the opportunity for kids to acquire job skills that they've never had, acquire a sense of self-confidence and self-concept as well.
You know, it doesn't matter whether it's at Ethan Allen or Lincoln Hills. You know, that mission is the same, is to have a successful reintegration into the community.
You know, to me, with juvenile corrections, your neighborhood, people in the neighborhood don't even know what it really is. They used to see a fence. They don't know what we do inside that fence. We have very successful treatment programs. We have, and more importantly, we have a successful school. We generate over 70, at least in this last fiscal year, 70 HSED students, HSED graduates. I typically, in my reading class, I test kids every 40 days, and their reading comprehension goes up at least a grade and a half. To the point where I have a student at one time came to me in tears and said, "Thank you for teaching me how to read, because I can now read to my daughter."
This group of kids has a lot of challenge to it, to work with them, but they also give a lot back when they are successful. I've had experience over the years of working with a youth to help him get his HSED. And many times they'll come to me after taking 4 of the 5 tests, and the last one is the math test. And I had one student in particular who said, "I'm too dumb to do this." Well, I told him he wasn't, first off, and sat down with him and worked one-to-one with him for hours. And when he graduated, I went to the graduation ceremony, and it meant a lot to him, and it's a motivator for me.
I go into Jiffy Lubes or those type of facilities, and I've twice have had a student come up to my window and say, "Hi, Miss Jost, what's the mileage on your car? We'd like to change your oil."
I probably hear from a former student that has left Ethan Allen, probably 1 or 2 a month that call in, and they either want a job reference or they tell me how they're doing. Part of it is most of them, they just want to let someone know that they're doing okay and they're making it, you know, and they've made some changes in their life, and they're not, you know, getting into the same stuff they were before, but they're making some strides, and, you know, but they want to push forward and, you know, have a positive outcome. And, you know, it's always good to hear from them, you know. I always got a smile on my face when they hang up the phone, and I'm going, all right, it's a good thing for that. So, and that, hopefully that will continue. Of course, education is the main goal, and I think for me, education's been a big key. You know, I notice the difference between kids that come in and where you can see a growth in their learning, and you see a growth in their comprehension and their growth in their skills and being able to relate to each other, to adults, and then consequently in the job setting.
Well, if we consolidate, and we will see now 17 to 24 kids perhaps in the classroom, that's what we had years ago. Now we can work with smaller class sizes and concentrate on providing the best learning environment that we can, and more individual learning. So the student, this is probably their last time that they can be successful in a classroom setting, because we don't know what's going to happen once they leave us. But this time now they're going to be there, that we have their attention, and we can provide the best schooling possible.
For many of these youth, this is really their last chance to get a high school education and to move on. And without education, their options, their opportunities out in the community are going to be limited. For these students to be successful while they're with us means that the community gets back a citizen who is interested in becoming a part of the community and not becoming a problem for the community.
Anytime you reduce the amount of education for kids, you increase the opportunity for negative things to happen. And I'm really interested in continuing to reduce recidivism, to return to communities kids who are able to make good decisions in their life and become productive citizens and run this world when we're gone.